Okay, I'm back. Alright, where are we at here? So I was erasing the guys and then drawing them back. Okay, so it works. We can select guys and be done. Let me make another guy. Oops. Let me see. I don't want the first part. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to have two guys just for the sake of showing that we can select different people. I'm going to put him at coordinates 150, 150. Okay, so we got two people. This is just to show that I can select as many as I want. Alright, so selection works. Now, I want to be able to issue a move command, but I want to do that the way that you do with like StarCraft, where you can just right click. So under mouse down, I believe button 1, this right here button, it'll be equal to 1 if you use the left mouse button. So I'm going to say if button equals 1 then, and if, and I guess we'll find out if I'm wrong or not. If button equals 2 then, and if, this will be for movement. So we'll say fours equals 1, 2 men, next Z. If unit type does not equal 0 then, so in other words, if the guy doesn't exist anymore, you don't want to move him. Now I should actually not only say if the unit type doesn't equal to 0, I should say if unit type does not equal 0, and then inside I should say if owner equals 1 then. So I can't move the computer's units. Does that make sense? I should be able to select the enemy's units, because you can select a bad guy, but you shouldn't be able to order him to move. So we've got this. I'm going to say oh, here we go. Now I have to say if M selected equals 1. So now I'm filtering through all the possible people. They have to exist, they have to be under my control, and they have to be selected. So if he's selected, then A2 equals X, B2 equals Y. So I'm setting his A2 and B2 value. Now, in a lot of games, when you click and it's set the destination, it'll like, something will blink there, like a little target or something, so that you know your guy's about to run there, but that's stuff you guys shouldn't have any trouble figuring out. So we set his destination. Nothing's going to happen because we don't have any movement. The guy doesn't run anywhere. But it works. If I right click, it's not selecting anything. It's not doing the selection stuff. Oh, actually, I don't want to screw something up here. Under mouse up, I need, for all of this, I need to say if button equals 1. The only reason I'm doing this is because technically this code is running when I let go of the right mouse button, and I don't want that to in any way affect this code. I don't know if it will or not, but I don't want to have to worry about that. So let's see, we need code for moving now. I'm going to say if A does not equal A2. Well, here we go. No, I'm going to do this the other way around. I'm going to set a location to jump to. I'm going to say if A equals A2 and B equals B2, then go to 1. Just so if we're at this location where I'm typing, that means that one of these doesn't match. So he's not at his destination. So here is the code I want to do for that. Normally I rattle this stuff off, but this one's a little bit more complicated to do it right, so I'm going to paste it in. I've got a file here with just some of the little things I don't like to retype over and over and over again. This is the one I want. I'll walk you through it. Here we go. So I'm sort of breaking the rule of not using any, outside code. It's sort of outside code. I could type it, but this is just easier for me. I can just walk you through it. It's nicer. Starts off by setting a temporary variable equal to the guy's x and y coordinate. Right? Now there's a reason we do that, and that's so that you calculate moving him, then you use this temporary variable, or you use the the temporary variable, which I'm calling new A and new B. You're figuring out if that is colliding with anything, like colliding with another unit or colliding with a tile. Then, if you have not collided with anything, you say A equals new A. So I could do that down here. We could say A equals new A and B equals new B. Hopefully that makes some sense. Normally, if you didn't do it this way, you would have to, before moving the guy, figure out where is he going to be and is that going to collide with anything before you moved him. It's tricky. It kind of throws you back in a loop where which one do you do first? Do you figure out if you're going to hit something, or do you move first? So this way, we're moving him, we're pretending to move him. We're going to use a fake variable, new A. Then, hopefully I'm not confusing everybody here. You're going to pretend to move him, figure out if that new location is violating any rules of running into stuff, and if there's no violation, all you do is just update his actual position to be equal to the pretend position. So it's just a way of saving a lot of work. So what happens is we set our temporary variable. How much do I have? 3 minutes? That's good. You're taking the absolute value, you're subtracting his destination versus his current location. This is where you figure out his speed, or you say, is it less than his current speed? If his distance for x and y is less than his speed, then we just assume he's already there. In other words, he is less than his minimum traveling speed away. So we set him equal to his destination, and we jump to the end. Hopefully that makes some sense. This here is assuming he is not close enough to his destination. We need a temp A and a temp B is equal to the absolute value of subtracting the destination from the current location. Then we find out if that equals to 0, we jump to 1. In other words, we're going to divide by 0, so we just need to jump out of this. Another temporary variable, we take his speed and we divide it by that. Then, based on which number is bigger, so if he needs to be traveling in a positive direction or a negative direction, we update that fake pretend variable. We multiply temp C, which is whatever fraction of his traveling speed. In other words, if he's only traveling horizontal, 100% of his traveling speed is going in a horizontal direction. If he's going, 30% sideways and 70% down, then we're going to have to fraction that out so that his traveling speed works out accordingly. That's what this all does. So, once that's set, we find out, have we hit anything? If so, jump to 1. Otherwise, we update it. Now, I'm not having him collide with anything at the moment. So let's see. I'm going to save it. We've got a minute, so let's see if it works. He should, if I highlight him and right-click, he should start to travel. He's not traveling. Let me see if this code's even running. Highlight him and right-click. Alright, it is running. So let me see what's going on. His speed. So okay, he has no speed, that's why he's not running. Basically his maximum traveling speed is equal to 0. So speed equals to 5 for this guy, and I'm going to make the other guy faster. Equals 8, just so that we can see a difference in traveling speed. So, highlight him, make him move. And he does move. I should be able to select them both and right click, and they both travel to that location. Now here's the thing, we're using the simplest possible moving speed, So they're both actually going to overlap each other when they get to that destination. Alright, that is the freaking out on me, so I'm going to save the video.